What have you been up to? What's new?
Literally nothing for the last like 10.5 months. I was listening to the Halogens one right before this started, and I think it was Zach was talking about like the last show they played, and that was like I think the last show I went to, and I was like, oh my god,
Oh, wow.
it's so long ago.
Did you have stuff cooking before the pandemic really hit?
I was doing like a lot of freelance work, and then the world ended, so everything kind of came to a halt. But
Sure.
yeah,
So when you say freelance, is that more like your photography based stuff, or is it something else?
yeah, I was like doing a lot of photo work, but not music photo work. A little bit of music photo work, but I started working for the School of Architecture at Princeton, which was
Ooh.
yeah weird and different. And yeah, that all since like school's all online now, they don't really need photos of kids sat on Zoom.
Eric and I live really close to Princeton.
Bro,
I
so
work in
lucky.
Princeton.
It's so nice. What a beautiful town.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It
Really
is.
really expensive, but really
Yeah.
nice.
There's a Wawa there that has the nicest bathrooms I've ever seen. Like it looks like a church in the bathrooms.
Yeah, that Wawa is crazy. There's like a garden on the roof.
What?
In downtown Princeton?
Not downtown. It's like kind of off to the side down Alexander Road by the train station.
Oh. Did you guys know that the governor of New Jersey has his own mansion? Like when you're the governor, you stay there like the White House, and it's in
Yeah.
Princeton?
Yeah, it's called Drumthwacket.
Yeah, I had no idea until the other day, and me and my partner went and we took a mini road trip to go see it.
Why
Pretty
would it
big.
be
Yeah, it's
in
pretty cool.
Princeton and not like the capital? Like isn't
So-
Trenton the capital?
Yeah, so there's only like a handful of states whose governor mansions aren't in the capital, and we're one of them. And it's old. It's like 1800s old.
Oh, that's cool.
And I guess when there's not a worldwide pandemic going on, you can tour it, which is also pretty cool.
I bet there's like mad ghosts.
There has to be. Allie, do you have any good ghost stories, Allie?
Bro, okay, so there's a ghost in my house. When we moved in here in like 2000, there was like a family moving out that like recently lost a toddler, like 2 or under.
Oh.
And it's like in the corner by my fireplace. My dogs constantly just bark at this corner. When like babies or young children come to my house, they point at it and cry. I haven't had any experiences with it. Like I just try to be like chill and acknowledge it. I'm like, what's up, little baby ghost? But so there's definitely a ghost in my house.
That's really scary.
It's a little scary.
Like I heard a ghost story earlier today where somebody was talking like they went to a hotel that there was a ghost there, and they woke up in the morning and in the bathroom their toothpaste was like all squeezed out of the tube. And you went very, very dark with it, Allie. That was very scary.
I didn't mean to. But that sounds terrifying too. Even if that's not a ghost, that's even more scary.
Well, he also said he was listening to a radio. It was like an old style radio with the knobs, and the knobs would start turning themselves.
Oh no, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm out on that. I
That's
have like
paranormal.
a very silly belief that like if there like I know there are aliens out there somehow, but I think that they like contact us through radio static. So like I do not mess with radio static at all.
That's interesting. Do you have any ghost stories, Eric?
None at all.
No. I think there's a ghost
Yeah.
in my house, kind of, but not as scary as Allie's.
I mean, mine's not scary. He hasn't caused me any harm.
I
It's
think
just-
it's more sad than scary. I guess I want to say sad.
Yeah. Where's your ghost hanging out?
It's okay. So I have a 2-story house. My room's on one end and my brother's room is on another. And one time in the middle of the night, I heard somebody like banging on his door. Really late in the middle of the night, and he opened the door and I opened the door and no one was there.
Oh.
And then we talked about it later that day with like everybody, and they're like, "Oh, that's weird." And then in another instance, specifically in my room, when I turn the lights off, here, I could just show you. See that corner of my room where that Elvis picture is?
Yeah.
When I turn the lights off, it looks like there's somebody like in that corner. And I usually I'm just like, "Oh, that's just me being paranoid." And one night it really looked like it, and I started getting the chills, and I tried to go to sleep, and I was like laying on my stomach because I didn't want to look at it, and I felt like the faintest. I swear to God, I swear.
I'm getting chills.
I don't like this.
Just
Yeah,
hearing
the
that.
faintest caress on my forearm, and when I flipped over, I couldn't see anything, but it looked like somebody was like it was weird. It just like and I told my brother about it, and he's had that same kind of situation on his side, on that side of the room.
Yeah,
No
you
one-
got a ghost.
No one's died in this house,
I
and
don't like
those were the
this.
only instances. Those were the only instances, but it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, that. Like, I haven't had any like personal ghost to ghost contact. Like, I just feel like they're around. I
Yeah.
like really like I don't know if it's would be called like death culture, but like I listen to like a lot of podcasts about like death sciences, and ghost stories come up pretty often, and I'm like, I want to interact with some spirits.
Have you ever been to Gettysburg?
No, but that's like the most people have died. Most people and animals died at one time, like in a battle there.
Oh, that's an interesting. I knew that a lot of people died, but I didn't know that was the exact statistic.
It might be for Justice in the War. I literally was listening to a podcast earlier about it, a death themed podcast.
Eric, did you go to Gettysburg for a middle school field trip?
No, they stopped. They canceled that trip like the year. I think like the grade before me was the last
Dang.
grade to go, and then they canceled it. So
It's messed up.
my
Did you get
grade
to
missed
go
out
to,
on all the fun field
Like
trips.
Washington D.C. in 8th grade, was that a thing that your school did?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, mine neither.
Yeah, we went to Gettysburg and we did like the ghost tour, and that was pretty cool.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, that was the best field trip for me because like a lot of like crazy stuff happened just with like people in my grade being reckless for no reason. It was really funny. But
You want to hear a reckless field trip story from?
yeah.
I went to Neptune High School, and our 8th grade trip middle school was to Six Flags, and we all got like class t-shirts, and for whatever reason I got a 3XL, and it was like a dress on me, and I snuck in a box cutter in my lunchbox, and I like cut up my shirt so it would fit better, and then somebody from like the staff of Six Flags is like, what are you doing? Like, why do you have a box cutter behind the teacups? And I was like, I'm not up to anything. And I had to like go sit in an office for like 4 hours because they thought I was gonna like knife somebody, and I was like, I'm just,
It's fashion.
yeah, fashion.
That wasn't you trying to be reckless, that was you just trying to make a nice shirt for yourself.
Yeah.
But
Should not sneak in box cutters just like anywhere.